being a father of triplet boys?
It's the greatest thing in the world. There is nothing better than that. So when we talked about having a baby, we both agreed we should really make sure our baby had a sibling,
Mm-hmm.
right? We both wanted to have more than one. And lo and behold, we were fortunate that Anna was pregnant, not just with twins, but actually with triplets. What could be better than that? It's the
Yeah,
greatest thing in the world. And I am just thrilled beyond words to say what it's like to be a father of triplet boys. Nothing
man,
could be better than that.
man, just the journey alone, in your 50s, didn't have it not with just one but three, and that fulfilled you guys' dream. Hey, man, that's something totally amazing. So, Ken, I only got a couple more answers for questions for you, man, and then I'll let you go. What was your experience like testifying before the Senate that included Edward Kennedy about healthcare issues?
Well, when I was still a patient following my injury, I was a patient at the Rusk Institute for Rehabilitative Medicine. And at the time, I was approached by Senator Kennedy's aide, Senator Ted Kennedy's aide, and asked if I would agree, my father and I, to testify before his United States Senate Health Subcommittee on healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why they really wanted me to testify was that my father was an insurance agent. And my father testified that there was no insurance policy available at the time that would cover an injury as severe as mine.
Mm-hmm.
So they were most interested in my father's testimony and for me to basically put a human face on it to show this could happen to anyone. And following my testimony, Senator Kennedy sent me a glass paperweight in the mail that had an inscription on it that the senator said his late brother Robert Kennedy liked very much. And the quotation on that inscription was, "Some men see things as they are and say why. I dream of things that never were and say why not."
Mm.
That's where I got the title of my book, I Dream of Things That Never Were. Right. And it's meant an awful lot to me, that testimony before Senator Kennedy and the interest he showed for people with disabilities such as mine, as well as the fact of that quotation. It means an awful lot to me because I dream of things that never were.
Man, that's cool, and it's crazy and amazing how somebody asks you to testify, and then this is the theme to your book. Years later, this is something that you use to inspire others with your book. Now, something that stayed with you that long, man. I think that's cool. And so, Kim, I only got one more question for you, man. So, Ken, you have received some prestigious awards along your journey. Can you tell us about a few of them and what they mean to you?
Well, all the awards that I received, obviously, I am very proud of and
Mm-hmm.
really appreciate being recognized. But the two that probably stand out the most to me right now are soon after I got my first full time job following my injury, I received the Long Island Rehabilitation Award for the Rehabilitant of the Year. And that has meant a tremendous amount to me to recognize the fact of what I went through and the rehabilitation that I pursued, and the fact that after the injury that I had, I was back in the workforce, working full time as a vocational rehabilitation counselor. And I absolutely loved the work and appreciated the opportunity to help other people with disabilities. And I would like to go on to say the last award that I received is also extremely meaningful to me because recently I retired from the Nassau County District Attorney's Office after working for more than 40 years there. And
Mm-hmm.
they decided to name an award after me. They now present annually the Kenneth J. Kumpkin Award to an outstanding ADA, Assistant District Attorney, every year who exemplifies what I have tried to do with my life and my work in the District Attorney's Office. And I am thrilled beyond words to say that they've recognized the work that I've done in the office and have named an award after me.
Man, that got to be cool. I know some people they had they name names after streets named after them, and to have an award, man, to be named after you, for the service that you have provided, over 40 years somewhere, man, and to walk away and knowing that every year that somebody's going to get this annual award in your name, man, I know that got to be a great feeling, man. So kudos to you, Ken. Hey, so Ken, thank you, man, for your time and sharing your story with us. Where can we get the book from? What can we find you at on
Thank you.
social media?
Well, what I'd suggest is to go on my website, which
Mm-hmm.
is kenkunkin.com, and it'll indicate right on there the best place to buy the book. Now, most of the books are being sold on Amazon, but it also indicates where, if you wanted to buy the book in bulk, how to do it from the publisher directly.
Mm-hmm.
So please go on my website, kenkunkin.com, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to do to purchase the book.
Okay, Ken, is there anything else that you would like to share with us before we leave?
Well,
Anything?
I'd like to say that when I was injured back in 1970, I really didn't know any other individuals who had an injury as severe as mine that were in the workforce and doing something productive with their lives. And I was disappointed that when I was undergoing my rehabilitation, the expectations for somebody with a severe disability were so limited that I felt like people weren't really being encouraged to
Mm-hmm.
go on and do something productive with their lives. I didn't know of another role model out there at that time that would encourage and inspire and motivate me to do what I did. And I'm hoping that through my book, as well as through what I did, it can help motivate and inspire people to do more with their lives. And
Mm-hmm.
I hope it'll also encourage people in the medical profession to encourage people to do more with their lives and to everyone to increase their expectations for what people can do, right? Because people's performance often rises and falls based upon what others expect of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so important to keep your expectations high. And that applies expectations for yourself as well as for others.
You heard it here, my money way people. Get your expectations up, not only for yourself, but people that's coming behind you. This my man Ken. He a trailblazer, and he's doing things out there. Grab the book. I dream of things that never were. The Ken Crunkton
Pumpkin.
Conkin story. Hey, you have been listening to the CJ Moneyway Show. I'm your host, CJ Moneyway. We out of here. Peace.